Persona 4 antagonist and protagonist was very complicated in the animation because in the game the game wasn't too bad, you know, it was kind of easier, but even still, like especially in the beginning, because he didn't say much, the protagonist, but shout, and so I can raspy him up a little bit, and it didn't matter. And but as it went further, he started talking more, and obviously in the anime, he was always talking. And so my first thing was like, can you guys cast someone else to play one or the other? They're like, no. And I was like, okay. So then what I had to do was like, I pitched one down a little bit, you know, and luckily Narukami is a very flat character, you know, he's not too animated, you know, whereas Adachi is a little bit more. So I kind of was able to play with that a little bit, and they weren't always in the same scene, but it was tricky. It was fun though, I did enjoy it, and I really love the ending of that, by the way. But any other questions? Yes?
How do you feel when people see you on the street and they're like, hey, they're out of part for Power Rangers, or hey, there's a voice of Zero and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel fine about it. I'm like, you're right! That's me. Nah, it's cool. It's kind of, as long as they're like, you did a good job. If they're like, that's you, you stunk. I hate you. You're the worst. Then I'm like, oh, that wasn't me. Some other half-Asian guy. Some guy named Jimmy. So yeah, I mean, usually it's cool. Like, I have no problem. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good, you know? And it's rewarding, you know. It's like when, like, tonight my band is playing, so if you guys have nothing to do at 11 p.m., come check us out. We'll be in here. And you know, so like that, when like I'm singing, and if people actually are into it or know the songs, then it's just cool. It feels like I've got a connection with people. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
While playing Lelouch, did you like adapt his personality at all?
Lelouch, did I adapt to it?
Yeah, like in your personal life, did you kind of start acting like that kind of like...
Did I start acting like Lelouch?
Acting like Lelouch a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, with my dogs. You will go poop outside. But the problem is the Gias only works once, so they don't follow all the time. But no, not really, not too much. That would be the power I would want to have. Just because I'm selfish. I want to control things. But it's probably good that nobody has that power. Yes?
What's your weirdest con experience?
Weirdest? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. What's my weirdest con experience? I can maybe think of my weirdest con question, and maybe later I think of something better. But I was in Arkansas, and a group of girls were giggling, and they had their hand up, and I pointed over to them, and they said, "Are you afraid of being raped by fangirls?" And I was like, I am now. So that was kind of weird. Yes? Ah, thank you. That makes me feel good.
If you had to fight any of your companions from Persona 4, who would you fight?
If I had to fight anybody from Persona 4? The other guys, I mean? I don't know. Who do you think I should fight?
I think you should fight Kanji.
Okay then. I don't know. Huh? Teddy? Teddy, yeah, definitely. 'Cause I think I could win. In real life, right? I think I could win against Teddy. I think so. Any other questions? Yes.
Since we're talking about Power Rangers, can you say the famous Out Frog line?
Well, then you've got to say, Adam, what's wrong?
Adam, what's wrong?
I'm a frog. The picture? Yeah. Well, are you going to the concert?
I can't.
You can't? Okay, yes.
I'm like, no.
Yes.
What is the weirdest thing someone's requested me to say in a character voice?
Weirdest thing someone's requested me to say in a character voice. Yeah, no, that's a tough one. What's the weirdest? Gosh, I don't know. I can't think of. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm used to getting like really lame questions. What's wrong with you guys? Asking like good stuff. It makes me think. What are you shouting? Why are you guys fighting in my panel? Can't we all just get along? I don't know what the weirdest thing is. I can't think of anything. I'm sure it would just be like, oh, wait a minute. What's Roy Mustang? Yeah, I think I had to say, I can't remember if it was, yes, Roy Mustang or something. Colonel Mustang looks dead sexy in a miniskirt. Yeah, I think that was the weirdest thing I had to say. Yeah, that's a really weird one. I don't even know what it means. Is he sexy in a miniskirt? Did you have a question? No? Okay. What does he say? So I don't remember anything that I said, because it was so long ago. Oh, and I don't want to shout anything, so probably not. The weirdest thing I've ever signed was, sometimes people say, hey, can you sign my leg here, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, sure, and I sign my leg. But this guy asked, hey, can you sign my leg? And I was like, sure. And I turned, and Jason Frank was with me, I turned and said something to him, and I turned back, and the leg was placed on the table, because it was not a real leg. And he started hopping over. I was like, oh, I should hurry up so you can put it back on. I don't want you to fall. Yes? It wasn't easy coming back to do that because I wasn't really sure what I sounded like when I started. And I kind of had a Texas accent, actually, because I'm from Texas. And not like full on, but you kind of hear a hint of it occasionally, So I had to go back and try again, which was kind of a fun experience, actually, to see what I did. But then also, at the same time, I was like, well, I would have done this differently now, But it was fun. It made it really kind of exciting. I really wish they would do a whole new season, because it was pretty cool to see it animated so much better now because they're just better at it. But yeah, it was fun. Yes.
So between actual acting, voice acting for animation, or voice acting for video games, which do you prefer and why?
That's tough. I like them all. Well, I guess I like video game stuff more for the fact that I get paid more than most of the other voiceover stuff. But in general, it all depends on the show. Because some shows are like, I'm playing like a shallow. I'm the hero. I'm the good guy. I got a medallion that controls this thing, or I've got a special power deep inside of me. Those are sometimes kind of like, whatever, unless there's like some good emotional story or background. So it really depends on the show or the character, and the same goes for live action. But I do like doing live action stuff because it's more of myself. But at the same time, I'm limited to being just this half Asian guy that you see before you. Like, I am just this, I'm this, half Asian. That would be more Asian, actually. This is like more. And not so much. I'm more Asian in the morning when I just wake up. Yes. That's not racist. Another question. Yes. I don't know, my finger's crooked. Maybe I pointed to you, I guess. Power Ranger friends? Yes, I do. What's your question? Okay, anime specifically, and then video games? Well, I mean, if it's specifically anime, it's like it's already drawn, so the picture is there. So basically, you're matching flaps. So you have to have the right emotion and feeling, but you have to match those flaps as well. Video games, you don't. It's not. Usually it's just right in front of you, and you just basically do what feels right. But with video games, you also do a lot of call-outs and shouts like Thunder Mountain Strike or whatever, and you do like a bunch of those, and lightning kill people, strike, and so then you can burn out your throat a lot faster because those sessions, all you're doing is just rapidly shooting these things out. Now, prelay work is kind of more like video games, but without so much screaming, so it's you're just acting, and usually there'll be other actors there too, so it's kind of like theater, and they're just recording your voices, which is kind of fun too. Yes,